Hello, everybody. Happy Constitution Day to you today. Today is September 17th, 2025, and 238 years ago today, our Constitution of the United States of America was signed on September 17th, 1787. Happy Constitution Day to you. It's a great day indeed. I'm going to talk about good versus evil in our country. What happened to Charlie Kirk? I've been holding off for a full week. He was killed eight. He was killed 7 days ago, a week ago today. I want to talk about the Democratic Party and its history and what it's did in the past and what it's doing now. I want to talk about what may be going through the mind of a homeless person who is not given up on life and doesn't could care less about getting back on their feet, but really is found themselves at the end of the ropes without a support system and down under luck, and what happened to them being homeless, what might be going through their minds. I want to make this as short as I can, but to the point. So I'm going to start with uh, last week, 8 days ago, Tuesday of last week. I put out my last video, and that was my 50th video on my channel. And I talked about what happened to that Charlotte woman in Charlotte, North Carolina, that was killed and murdered a couple weeks before that. And on the same video, after I talked about that sad, truly sad thing that happened to her when she was killed, I then talked about in that same video. I read from the scriptures, and to be uplifting and instructive and encouraging to people by reading from the scriptures on my video last week. Well, I didn't get a single like. That really, I guess it should not surprise me the way things are nowadays in our country. But I'm not going to cry like a baby about that. But what did surprise me and disappoint me was that above and beyond the like thing, like I lost a subscriber who probably apparently did not like the fact that I read the scriptures and what I read in my life. So they left within about 24 hours after I posted that video. They left my channel. I pray that you will like and subscribe my channel. I try to put out good, uplifting, and correct information. My beliefs. I'm a Christian, and if you don't believe in Christianity, but you're still willing to listen to me and follow me, may God bless you for that. And if you do follow Christ, then should be willing to support my channel. Hopefully, like and subscribe. Subscribe because the computers at YouTube with their algorithms only listen to the clicks of people clicking on subscribe to make an audience wider and wider. So if you're trying to spread good, correct information from me, hopefully correct, and hopefully uplifting and encouraging and good stuff, good information and good things from me. If you want that to spread, you've got to actually make the effort to hit the subscribe. YouTube is not going to do it on their own if you don't. They just are not. I'll be left in the wilderness when no one's going to hear. So if you hear enough bad things out there, you need to have good. So please subscribe as well. Uh, there's good versus evil and has been since the very beginning. When Cain killed his brother Abel, and it's going on today. Charlie Kirk was killed 8 days ago. Not 8 days ago. He was killed a week ago today, a day after my last video. He was killed here in my home state of Utah. It just broke my heart. When I saw the videos of how it happened, it just, like everybody else, and me included, it just broke my heart and made me sad. We should not be, as Republicans and conservatives, we should not be trying to strike back with vengeance or with violence against those who are leftists and their wrong-headed or evil ideas. We should not strike out in that regard. We should speak out we should speak out against evil and bad things out there and wrong-headedness out there. But we need to do it appropriately with with passion, but good passion, not bad. Good passion in a good way, but not to strike out in a bad way against people and to hurt other people because that's what they did to Charlie Kirk. We are not going to do that. We are not going to do that. The Democratic Party, I won't speak out against them. I got to speak up. We need to speak about the truth in my channel. The Democratic Party, since the early part of the 1800s, almost 200 years now, have been the party of slavery, which led to the Civil War. We had to fight and lose all those 600,000 plus men to, to stop slavery here in the country. And after the Civil War, the Democrat Party supported the KKK, the Jim Crow laws. They fought against civil rights until the very, very end when they thought it'd be advantageous to them to support it. Uh, they only did it for that reason, not because they had their hearts turned to the good, not because of that. Um, they fought against women suffrage in our country, about women having the right to vote in federal and national elections, which didn't happen until the 1920 election, which it should have happened a long time before then. But they fought against that as well. And they're anti-Christian. They lie a lot all the time. We know that, the leaders nowadays especially. And the violence of 2020 here in America in the summer of 2020, they did not speak out against it. Pardon me. Bad timing on my video. Uh, I usually sneeze twice in a row, so it's probably going to happen here in another few seconds here. Uh, but also, I'm not going to use that one word that what they support as a party to end the lives of babies in the womb. They support that as well. It just a party. You talk about good versus evil. Now, we being good, we don't fight. We don't believe in violence or in anger that is unrighteous. There's very few cases of righteous indignation, like in the New Testament by the Lord Himself. But we need to control and bridle our passions and control our emotions. And that's what I think we do primarily. We need to continue to do so and not resort to these violent acts that they do. I'll talk about also Pam Bondi. And she's caught up in this, and she's the Attorney General under President Trump, and I support 95%, almost all of what President Trump has been doing. But Pam Bondi, a couple of days ago, she said that meaning the Department of Justice, and her as the leader of that, is going to target those who are committing hate speech in America as a reaction to what happened to Charlie Kirk, primarily. Pam Bondi, you're on the wrong track. Get back on the right track. Remember that Republicans do not support anything that is going to diminish our right to free speech. Biden administration and its FBI and DOJ, Department of Justice, fought against hate speech, which is really uh, fighting against the First Amendment part of free speech. They fought against that for all those years, and you're doing the same now from your end, which it's not good for you to be doing so. So stop it and get back on track. Uh, and when they say both sides are committing the same amount of violence on that topic, that's not the case. Where Democrat supporters have been the vast majority of those committing violence in the last several years in our country. Democrats, not Republicans. So it's not both sides doing it at all. It is not. Now, a homeless person, I want to talk about that. You think about those who are truly trying to get back on their feet, truly trying to get back on their feet, and at the end of their rope, and they've lost almost all their hope. I wonder if they are those who are homeless with trying to get back on their feet, if they're actually remembering from time to time in their thoughts and their memories, and well, they dream when they're sleeping, and while they're awake, memories of their best days. They're definitely not in their best days now because they're homeless. Maybe them and their family members together are homeless on the street somewhere in America. And they're thinking and remembering the best days of their lives in the past and how good it was, how grateful they were for that, and how comforting and peaceful and joyful it was, how happy they were, and those what they may look upon as days gone by that they'll never have back again, the best days of their lives. And it breaks my heart to think that they may be thinking that they need to. Uh, I usually don't get emotional on my videos. Like you know that if you've been watching me for a while, I do not. But they've got to have hope that things will get better if they keep on striving and go in the right direction and do the right things to get their houses and their homes, to get their houses in order, so to speak, to get themselves back on their feet. And we need to open up when there's many homeless people that could care less about doing what's right, or they could care less whether they're on drugs. They don't care. But there's a good number of homeless people that are trying to get their lives back in order. We need to support them and help them so they can look upon their future lives here on earth before they die of having happy days again. Let's help them. And for those who are homeless, do not give up. They're not going to be watching me on this channel. They don't have access to it. But I pray for them that they will not give up hope and that they will be helped in the appropriate and good and effective ways successfully to get back on their feet. May we say a prayer for them, and after prayer, action. We got to be careful on who we reach out to that may appear to be. They're homeless people like the one that killed that girl in Charlotte. You got to keep your head on the swivel and be aware of your surroundings and be careful and keep yourself safe and your family safe. But there are those that you can help maybe through your church or a good, not a bad, but a good organization uh, to help out those who are homeless in a good and safe way. Good and safe way. But please do so. I love you all. And as I've said many times in the past in my previous videos, and I'll say again now, as Moses said unto Joshua in the Old Testament, as recorded in the Old Testament, be strong and of a good courage. May you and I do so as well. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Take care.